Well, Wednesdays we like to put the spotlight on the farm women's group Common Ground. Common Ground is a group of farm women who want to be a resource for consumers who want to know more about how their food is grown. So joining us today is volunteer Jordan Classen from Fullerton. Nice to have you here today.
Nice to have you here too.
We were talking about your name a little bit because Classen, my grandma was a Classen, but you spell it without the U,
yes,
right?
Yep. And my husband is from Humphrey, Nebraska.
Okay.
So there's plenty of different variations.
Variations on the name, okay. Well, we want to talk to you today about irrigation and what farm irrigation is. First, tell us a little bit about your farm operation.
Yep, my husband and I live in Fullerton, Nebraska, and we have corn, beans, a little bit of alfalfa, and then cow-calf. But he also works with another farmer there in the area who has a lot of the same variation, and then I work at a grain elevator in Albion, Nebraska.
Perfect, okay. Well, let's talk about farm irrigation for folks who may not know how it works.
Sure. So there's different types of irrigation in our state. So we have center pivot irrigation, which is a pretty typical above ground watering system, but we also have pipe irrigation, and then the least common type is drip line irrigation, and that would be an underground type of irrigation. But other states that have high irrigation techniques are Colorado, Kansas, Arkansas, and California, and that's just those states that we see more commonly irrigation practices that can be a little bit drier, have a year-round growing season. In Nebraska, the purpose behind irrigation is that we're trying to make sure our crops have enough water to grow, and so corn needs about an inch a week after the corn pollinates to fill out those little seed pods and make sure that we have a juicy ear of corn to bite into later in the summer.
Perfect. Well, it looks like there's a lot of technology involved with the system. I mean, look at that.
Yes, definitely. And 52% of our center pivots here in Nebraska are run off of electricity, while 32% are run off of diesel-powered engines. And so a lot of the times during this time of the year, we will see the electricity companies shut off the load to the center pivots maybe during the day while people like you and myself will be at work using more power while the rest of the world goes to sleep. A lot of the center pivots will be running more frequently, so there is a way that electrical companies manage that, but also there's different things you can do throughout your farm to make it more efficient as well.
Okay, so technology is really important to irrigation and sustainability.
Correct, yep. Yeah. Yes, definitely. So technology within center pivot irrigation, there's a bunch of different aspects. One aspect is nozzles. We like to see our nozzles drop below the center pivot to get a little bit closer to the ground. That kind of directs the water more towards the plant itself and you have less evaporation. But also within technology for center pivots, we have apps that you can get on your phone and that actually controls the apps will control how much water you can put per degree of the turn, and so it's essentially prescription mapping for water.
Wow, amazing, and you know a lot that it.
Yeah.
Great. Jordan, thank you. I know you have a recipe to share coming up, right? Can
definitely.
you give us a hint what it is?
Yes, it'll be a corn casserole.
That looks so good. All right, thank you for that.